Here is another document from the record. President Eisenhower in November of 1953, talking about the right of every man to look his accuser in the eye.
Why are we proud? We are proud, first of all, because from the beginning of this nation, a man can walk upright, no matter who he is or who she is. He can walk upright and meet his friend or his enemy. And he does not fear that because that enemy may be a position in great power, that he can be suddenly thrown in jail to rot there without charges and with no recourse to justice. We have the Habeas Corpus Act and we respect it. I was raised in a little town of which most of you have never heard. But in the West, it's a famous place. It's called Abilene, Kansas. We had as our marshal for a long time a man named Wild Bill Hickok. If you don't know about him, read your Westerns more. Now, that town had a code, and I was raised as a boy to prize that code. It was, meet anyone face to face with whom you disagreed. You could not sneak up on him from behind, do any damage to him without suffering the penalty of an outraged citizenry. If you met him face to face and took the same risks he did, you could get away with almost anything as long as the bullet was in the front. And today, although none of you have the great fortune, I think, of being from Abilene, Kansas, you live, after all, by that same code in your ideals and in the respect you give to certain qualities. In this country, if someone dislikes you or accuses you, he must come up in front. He cannot hide behind the shadow. He cannot assassinate you or your character from behind without suffering the penalties that an outraged citizenry will inflict. If we are going to continue to be proud that we are Americans, there must be no weakening of the codes by which we have lived, by the right to meet your accuser face to face if you have one, by your right to go to the church or the synagogue or even the mosque of your own choosing, by your right to speak your mind and be protected in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the things that make us proud to be Americans are of the soul and of the spirit.
November 1953, the 34th President of the United States, speaking rather eloquently about due process of law. Good night and good luck.